Welcome to Tarot to a T. Today I'm going to do an August 2022 reading for the sign of Taurus. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. And if you're returning, you're awesome. Yep, no doubt about it. You're awesome. Especially if you're a subscriber. I appreciate you so much. Okay, so if you didn't join me for July, and you've seen me before, I kind of switched up my layout and my spread here for the month of July, and I'm kind of going forward with that again in August. Just to give you a heads up, if you want to go back and review those July readings, they're still available on your playlist, which you'll see pretty much at the end of the video. There'll be a little thing that pops up in the right hand corner, and you can hit that. We had 3 of hearts pop out. Let's see if that comes out again, Taurus. Anyway, if you're interested, they're available. So what does Taurus need to know for August 2022 going forward? Okay. Blunt statement there. I don't know. It's just the way it popped out. I honestly don't know. I only saw one of the cards, but there's a couple there. That's way too many, but these 2 in my hand, that might have been just a mistake of me dropping them. But the 2 in my hand, I was getting ready to lay down there, so we'll go with that. A couple more cards, please. Taurus. Tapping into the Taurus. Now, cards of advice. Please give us cards of advice for Taurus relating to the situation they're going to be facing in August 2022. Alright, let's jump into it. So this 9 of Spades, that was the first thing I saw. And then we have the Queen of Diamonds. That could be you, Taurus. Oh, we have the 10 of Spades and the 6 of Spades. Wow, heavy. I had a feeling this reading might involve a bit. Some things going on with some spades. Look at this. We got the 8 of Spades. And we have the King of Spades. My gosh, you are all alone right here. This is an earth sign, and it kind of centers around finances. It could mean that, or it's just indicating to me very strongly this is an earth sign, especially a female energy. She's very practical. She makes very good decisions. She's got great judgment. She's a Taurus, right? Even if you're not female, that definitely could be you. Came out with this 9 of Spades, and this talks about definitely an ending that severely disappointed you. But I'm going to jump over here to the 10 of Spades because that is showing me, again, a great loss. But this is a completion of a cycle. Something major ended. And that came out on the 6 of Spades, which is destiny. Dun dun dun. Fated. This is part of your life path. You just wrapped up some important lesson. Had to deal with a significant loss. Disappointment, just something that has really brought you down emotionally. It could have involved work. This is the card about challenges pertaining to work, okay, and suffering some kind of stress, either mentally, physically, emotionally, and needing to really take a break. Well, I think you have your break here because something ended and you ended a cycle. Could be lost your butt in some kind of business venture. That's what I'm getting. If you didn't own a business, this is like a loss of a major job, some kind of position. Maybe you got laid off. Businesses like, believe it or not, in this day and age, even though the job force is pretty strong, because it's still kind of a great resignation we're experiencing here, and there's just a lot of jobs available, but not in all areas. I actually work for a company that is fairly large internationally, and they just laid off an entire division. And when I inquired about what that meant, they said, "Oh, that part of the company was kind of experimental. I don't know how long it had been in service, but they decided to lay them all off and close it." But the rest of the corporation, company, whatever you want to call it, conglomerate, is going on its merry way. So I don't know, maybe if it's something that's kind of happened to you, Taurus. This King of Spades, this is, again, somebody with definite authority. This could represent the company or some kind of element in, if you were a business owner, that took control of this situation and kind of steered destiny towards this problem, because this is somebody with great business sense and authority and mastery, but they cause problems in some sense. Sometimes it could be just simple relationships. This is going way beyond relationships. This is like major destination. You went down a major rabbit hole here. Feeling very strongly this has to do with your security and your work life, whatever that is. Even if you're independent wealthy, most people have something going on, not necessarily where they're earning money, but they put their identity into. You've lost that. This is like, I don't think it was voluntary necessarily either. This is like having the rug pulled out from under you, literally. 10 of clubs. But, again, we have major cycle ending, but this is actually good. This is a good news pertaining to a cycle ending that may involve travel. Now, if you were doing well in this business over the years here, Taurus, could mean that you have freed yourself up, or this situation has freed you up so that you can travel physically. If there's no physical travel involved, another form of physical travel, before I say anything else, could be you moving into another business venture, another company, another position, what have you. Take it how it fits. If it didn't involve physical travel, it's emotional, mental travel. You're traveling from one mindset to another, one feeling about something to another, but it's all good. That's what the 10 of Clubs tells us. Again, this was destined. You may not see it as good at the moment. You may be feeling this great loss, kind of a void. I'm feeling like a void. You feel empty. That's going to pass. The 6 of Spades also, besides it, we talk about destiny and fate, is also about new opportunities. So with every ending, right, there's new beginnings. Especially if we had the Tower card pop out, we would be talking about you rebuilding something. Maybe this isn't something to rebuild, though. 4 of Spades, definitely about security and your sense of stability here. This is actually a good sign, even though we have another spade, because these spades tend to carry with it some kind of dark energy, right? This is feeling satisfied, and there being a significant amount of stress relief, because the 4 of Spades is tied up with work, but you're experiencing some kind of stress relief. So I think whatever has transpired ultimately is going to lead to stress relief, possibly some travel, because that 10 of Clubs that I was talking about, travel is always for good reasons. It's not for negative reasons or travel that's unwanted. I didn't mention that, but so that travel, whatever form that takes, is going to be for very good reasons. We have the colorized Joker that popped out here, and this is also the Magician card. So the universe is involved in this. The universe is, whoa, we were falling apart here with the cards. The universe is got its hand in here and is playing around with your circumstances. This is shifting and sifting energy. This is things moving around and being kind of on a topsy-turvy kind of wobbly foundation here for at least the meantime. But the Magician energy, you take it how it fits, but it can change things and offer elements and twists of fate, as I like to put it, for good or not. The twists could be for bad, well, not for bad, but you know what I mean. They could have negative consequences, or this could be very good. Again, if you're going to look at the silver lining at this, the Joker came out with the security card and relief from work, and your travel card of completing a major cycle and being able to travel in some sense of the word. What else can you tell Taurus about this kind of crash and burn situation here? Something just came to a major ending. Can you tell us any more about this? Through your hearts. So you may have involved some kind of third element. Could be a person. Won't kid you with that. This is not about relationship, even though this card generally can kind of point towards what they call love triangles, which is not my favorite subject because I think they're kind of silly. Oh, I won't kid you about that. How many people have love triangles going on? I mean, for real. Anyway, it's a third element that involves something close to your heart emotionally, obviously, because it is showing some emotion, and it's showing the threes can be about partnerships in some sort. So maybe you are, whatever changes that has occurred here in your work life or your career is affecting some other element close to you, like your family, your spouse. We don't have to like branch out into this huge family dynamic, but there's another party involved in it, and it has to do with something close to you, somebody or something significant. I don't know if this is a business venture that kind of went south and didn't work out. You had your heart invested in it, probably. So that could be the other element. It came out on the pile here that talks about home life, security, stability, and travel. So it could be that this third party is going to be able to be affected by the travel as well, or partake. I was going to say partake in the travel. I don't know how that would work. But maybe if you are hooked up and you have a spouse, they're going to be able to travel as well. I'm kind of hearing something along those lines. I don't think it's exactly right. Something off about it is off. But you would know what that means if this reading pertains to you. Two of Diamonds, it's definitely brought harmony and balance to your finances here, and this is a good sign again. It's just the card of investments and having happy relationships, but it's an overall message of being financially secure and balanced. You can even look at it as a happy relationship with money. There isn't a lot of emotion involved in it, but it's just kind of a general thing about partnerships, so I think we have to mention that. It's balanced out something in that sense for you. Let's look at your cards of advice, Taurus. Five of Diamonds, you're definitely having a change in finances, probably for the better. Ace of Hearts, you're definitely on a new start, and it's going to be more in line with your wishes and desires, because it talks about this being close to your heart, whatever path you're about to go on or what you've just started. Four of Diamonds, again. This work stuff, yeah, it looked pretty dark, but your finances are looking real strong here. This is a windfall. Yep, you're actually enjoying a fair amount of financial gain, prosperity, and abundance. And we have another new start. Look at that. So I think what you're going to do, this Ace of Clubs talks about learning new skills or like branching off into a new area and desiring to know something completely different. The new start is going to be more in line with your heart's desire, it makes sense that maybe you have to learn a whole new business, a whole new position that you really truly desire. Like maybe you've been doing, let's say, accounting your whole life. You really don't want to do accounting. You want to do something more creative, like you want to be a professional chef, something along those lines. And you're having to learn the skills to make that happen. And financially, you're looking very secure and stable. So I think it's a go. Wherever you want to go with this new start, you're financially supported. What else can you tell Taurus? Whoa. What did I tell you? I mentioned earlier about that Tower card. This is our Tower card in Cartomancy. This is the Ace of Spades. You have another new start. Yeah, you're literally starting over from the beginning. This is exciting. You're heading down a completely new path. Completely new path. This was destined. We talked about it with the Six of Spades back here. Sixes are about new opportunities, new doors appearing that you can open, new pathways, what have you, and destiny. This was destined to happen. This is part of the greater scheme of your life and what you were supposed to be doing here on planet Earth, okay? And learning in this lifetime. It is the card of things being torn down and having a foundation left, but you're able to build upon that foundation. So, I don't know if you've ever heard those explanations, but Tower cards aren't bad. No, quite the opposite. Yeah, you're having to let go of something, but you're able to rebuild from a solid foundation because you still have the solid foundation. And you have this beautiful financial security here, which is very important to the Taurus. Tauruses are also about finances, security, abundance, pentacles. That's what diamonds represent in this deck. And that's your card. It's your card. The security / abundance prosperity card. So I think you're feeling very confident about these new starts here, and you've got them all over the place. They all came out in your advice. So whatever you're planning, it's a go. 100%. You have the foundation to do it. You've let this go behind. I don't see any major hiccups here with you still being stuck on maybe these losses, even though they were pretty huge. Pretty huge. You had to let go of some kind of I'm hearing identity. You had your identity wrapped up with what you're doing, and a lot of us do that. Not everybody, but if you've been working at something for a long time, you tend to identify with it. What's the first thing? Like if you meet somebody new, they say, "What do you do?" And then you say, "I blah blah." It's kind of your identity. It's like the thing you put forth first because you feel comfortable with it, because it's kind of not too personal, yet it is what you show to the world. And you kind of, I'm not saying you're wrapped up in it unhealthily, but you kind of present yourself that way. We all tend to do that. It's very, very human to do that. I think I'm going to stop it there because I really don't see how new starts and awesome financial foundation we can build on that, because this is a go, go, go. This is excellent. Okay, Taurus, if you enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you're interested in seeing the mid-month reading for August, you'll get the notifications if you hit the notification bell. Take care until I see you again.